Hey everybody, Captain E here for you for another cartoon talk. Gotcha. Talk cartoon talk. I think this is number four actually. Probably I'm pretty sure this number four for Villainous. Now Villainous was I think it was a Mexican cartoon short. Like they made a bunch of little shorts of it before they made it into a real cartoon. I thought they did make it to a real cartoon, because they were saying they're gonna make it into a real cartoon because all the shorts were doing really big, and it was like a 30-minute special thing where they were like a regular episode basically. And after that, I haven't heard anything on it. I don't know if they're still in production of the show and they're going to release it later, or if they just shut it down. I don't know. Like the basic premise was this dude named Black Hat. He was a retired villain. I don't know why he was retired, because he has like a bunch of dark magic and a bunch of powers, and he looks pretty cool. And he retired for some reason, I don't know. And he has Dr. Flug, this guy with a bag on his head, and he has this girl that's basically like Harley Quinn but for kids, called Dementia. She is in love with Black Hat. Then they have a butler, well, not a butler, they have this big bear that's really nice called 505, and they sell the weapons for the highest price to different villains, and that's basically the premise of the show. But the villains are like actual cartoon characters, like Mojo Jojo from like Powerpuff Girls, or like that evil guy from Generator Rex with the glove. Like we didn't see them, but we seen I have seen like things where Black Hat and them were talking to different villains from different cartoons. So like intertwined with everybody. Like a weapon they might use in this episode was because Black Hat made it, and well technically Doctor Flug made it. In that 30-minute special thing, the basic premise was this other villain. I don't think it was a villain. She was some villain that dies in the sunlight. She was gonna ask this hero that was arrogant, the sun hero, for his powers, so she can make an antidote so she can go in the sun. Yeah, obviously he declined, so they went to Black Hat. She paid him. He was happy about it. And we see the whole dynamic, how Dr. Flug is like the glue that keeps everybody together, but he like really afraid, and Black Hat treats him sort not like trash, but pretty badly. Dementia's crazy. She's in love with Black Hat. She'll do anything. She even took on that Sunlight Hero. No power. It's just her base. And we got the big. I guess I'm thinking they Black Hat asked Doctor Flug to make a big monster bear thing, and he messed up, and it's now a big blue bear that loves everybody, and he has a flower on the top of his head. It's like a little. It's like growing out his head. It's like a little flower. That's pretty funny. By the end, what happened? By the end, they shrunk the hero, but see, he got away. He got away from the villain. I don't know. It's not too much to talk about with Villainous, because we haven't really seen a lot. We just seen different clips of like they're making an invention that can make a sculpture and they mess it up, or the most evilest. Oh, something popped up on my screen. Or they were like, if you think of the most evilest thing, it would just make it, and then Black Hat used it, and he made himself. He was like, ah, yes, that is the very most evilest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then when the Mixer uses it, it's just a Black Hat, but he's like 10 feet tall and buff, and he just flexing all over the place and stuff. And there was one where there was this flower, and if it goes on you, like if it jumps on you, it makes you evil. And Doctor Flug is like the nicest guy you know, and he turns evil. When he jumps on Black Hat, it dies and stuff like that. I really want to know about Black Hat. This man gets like demonic evil powers, and he's retiring for something. Like he doesn't look old, because if he get like, demonic evil powers, he's probably immortal and he can live for a long time. Maybe he's been living for a long time. He'll let you know, I've been doing this for about the past 10 million years. I'm just tired of it. I'll just quit. That's probably like the only real reason I can see why he retired. Other than that, he seemed like in good shape and will be okay to do villainous. We do get a bit of Dr. Flug's. I don't know anything about Dementia's history. 505, I'm pretty sure Flug made. We don't know too much about Flug's history. There has been like fan comics and stuff I've seen, but obviously don't know too. There was that one scene in Sorts where they armed Dr. Flug armed the security system of the palace, not the palace, but the mansion they lived in, and he couldn't just turn it off. So he had to run through all the like lasers and stuff to go turn it off. And while he was running to go turn it off, we just see a flashback of a bunch of kids throwing snowballs at him, and he's crying. And then he finally turns it off. But that's like, a bit. I really hope they like bring this so back. It looks like an interesting premise, especially if they do go to the other villains in different cartoons, and this is why they have whatever type of certain weapon because it was for a black hat. That's a really cool premise of it. So like to have it in there. So this was cartoon talk number 4. See you guys later. I don't know what my next video gonna be. Probably anime moments. Yeah, probably that anime. What was the thing called again? Anime moments that hit. I don't know which anime I'll do next because the last one was the Seven Deadly Sins. So no. The last one was Kami Got Killed. So I can do repeats because there's a lot of anime moments. But I'll probably do. I'm looking at Fairy Tale. I'll probably do Fairy Tale next. Yeah, I'll do Fairy Tale. So, bye.